Just a little sunbathing thought. Stop taking vitamin D. For those of you watching this channel because you guys want to improve your performance, muscle mass, whatever it is, whatever fitness goals, stop taking vitamin D. Well, you can still take it, but just go out in the sun every day for 30 minutes, or whatever. Just start going out with a large part of your skin exposed. Sun has so many benefits out. Yes, it helps. It certainly improves vitamin D production in your body. It increases your blood levels of vitamin D without question. It does that better than supplementing too. But the UV rays have so many other benefits, for muscle recovery, brain health. It's so good for your nervous system. It helps your body be in your parasympathetic nervous system. It helps your body recover. It lowers blood pressure. It's so good for your eyes. Your eyes hitting the sunlight sends so many neurochemical signals of well-being. It increases serotonin production. People have literally, I'm not even making this up, if you don't believe me, go research. People have literally cured some blindness by going out every day, closing your eyes and looking in the sun. And it feels so good. It's so good for your eyes to do that. It's like a massage. Close your eyes and stare at the sun and breathe, meditate like that, and it's literally a cheat code to recovery. I'm literally not making it up. But if you don't believe me, try it. All right, catch you later. Too good. It's a quick little thing I'll add. Again, I should do a full day of eating sometime maybe, but again, you have to eat mostly whole foods, eat a lot of protein, a lot of carbs, a lot of healthy fats, foods that are grown or found on the earth, animals, plants, things that are not processed. We all know this. However, I will say I do think there's a place for dirty bulking, but again, there isn't. When people dirty bulk, it's every meal is processed cereal, ice cream, this garbage, that garbage. Absolutely not. 80% of your diet should be clean at least, but you have to eat clean. You have to eat a lot of food, and it has to be whole foods, animals, plants, grains. You got to eat all of those things, rice, potatoes, chicken, meat, salmon, kale, broccoli, fruits, bananas, oranges. That's, avocados. That's the majority of my diet. However, I do think it's really important and can be good for athletes training very hard if you're putting your body through a lot of stress to have some dirty foods. Again, not dirty bulking, because when people dirty bulk, it's their entire diet is cereal and donuts. They don't eat anything else. But if you're eating 80% clean, 80% good foods, 85%, there is a good place to get some Ben & Jerry's in there, some things that you like pancakes and syrup, all these things. A, for extra calories. B, it's good for your mental. You enjoy it. It also creates a massive insulin response, which when you're training is very beneficial for muscle recovery. You want high insulin levels to promote growth for athletes. And I'll also add, when you're training really heavy or training really hard for something, your metabolism is so much different than the regular person, where you can use these calories and they don't stick around. Like, your body metabolizes them faster. And it's just, someone is just metabolically who sits around all day versus someone who metabolically is training extremely hard and putting their body through immense stress. Like, their metabolisms are not the same. They're like virtually two different species. So yeah, again, so I eat clean most of the time, but I also love pancakes and ice cream and things like that, and I don't shy away from it, especially when I'm far away from things and I'm just in the off season trying to get strong. So just a little thought. Building this physique on Ben and Jerry's. That's the secret. No, but we're going to talk about carbohydrates and why they're so beneficial. The carnivore diet, it needs to die, it does maybe have a place for certain people with certain medical conditions for 100%. But if you are an athlete of any kind, do not, and I repeat, do not do the carnivore diet. That would probably be one of the most detrimental things you could do for your performance. So eat carbs, eat your ice cream. I'm just kidding. But do eat a lot of fruits and carbs and maybe a little bit of ice cream. The road to elite strength starts with cookies. But really, I'm just low on food and I need some fuel before the gym, so cookies it is. Let's go! Did I just invent something brand new? Adding bananas to chocolate chip cookies? I might be onto something. Let's find out. Pretty good. Pre-workout of champions. Props of not being a bodybuilder and being a strength athlete. Body fat doesn't really matter. All right. Catch you at the gym. Honestly, not bad. Fit check. Manly men wear pink. That's what I say. Especially when you go lift some weights, you got to wear pink. It makes you stronger. All right, in this video, I'm going to touch on a topic about why you gain weight when you start resistance training. And I say this because I'm back in the gym after some time off, over a month off. I'm like 2 weeks back into it now, and I've already put on like 4 pounds, three-ish pounds, and that obviously is not muscle. Accruing muscle takes a long time, and you accumulate such a small fraction, like per day maximum. We're talking about like grams, like tiny amounts of muscle, and most of the weight that you gain in the beginning of resistance training is it's fluid retention and carbohydrate retention and glycogen. So just a quick tidbit if you don't know, when you eat carbohydrates, you're ingesting glucose, and then through an enzymatic process in the body, the glucose is turned into glycogen and stored with water in muscle, like in the cells. And when you start exercising, like things that happen, like you don't just instantly put on muscle. There's so many other processes that are upregulated. For example, your metabolism is upregulated and enzymatic processes are upregulated. So the enzymatic process of storing glucose as glycogen is upregulated. The proteins that are the enzymes that convert the glucose into glycogen are increased. So when you start working out, your body's like, whoa, we need more fuel to deal with this stress that's putting on the body. So what your body does is it starts storing more of the glucose as glycogen because it realizes, man, I need to like store this energy because it's going to be used. So like it's a stress response essentially. When you start working out and you gain weight, your body is holding on to more energy essentially. It's holding on to more glycogen so that it can be used to facilitate these exercises, to facilitate recovery, and eventually increase muscle mass. But that it's just like step one of growing muscle is your body holding on to more water, holding on to more glycogen. So like this immediate weight jump that I just had and that other people have if you start resistance training, it's not muscle. It's just carbohydrate. It's glycogen and fluid retention, storing in your body to deal with the stress and to later on deal with recovery and help your body build the muscle. I hope that makes sense. And I'll say that again. I'm an advanced trainer. Like I've been working out for a long time. So muscle memory is a real thing. It's not bro science. And so for me, I get this weight retention back really quickly because I've had it before. My body understands this process, this enzymatic process. Like if someone's brand new or if someone hasn't been training for as much as me, they won't get this immediate bump in like glycogen retention like I do because my body remembers it, if that makes sense. Like it's a real thing. So if you're just starting to train, this process might not happen as quickly for you as it does for me, but it will happen. Like your enzymatic processes will increase. And this goes for a million other things, including like endurance training and oxygen utilization. That's all enzymatic processes as well. So like people that are ultra marathon runners, people that are just endurance athletes have these crazy enzymatic processes for oxygen utilization and such. It's not, strength athletes, one of the main adaptations you get is, the glycogen retention. So yeah, just a little 2 cents on just throwing in some knowledge in there, of things I've learned along the way. So I haven't gained muscle yet, but my body's preparing to gain some muscle and gain some strength by holding on to all this energy. So I'll catch you guys at the gym. And if you're lucky, you use cookies to fuel like me. Don't do it. Last thing I'll add before I see you at the gym is this is why the carnivore diet is absolutely so dumb for building muscle. If anyone tells you to go on the carnivore diet to build muscle, do not listen. Run as fast as you can far away from them. And I will say there probably are exceptions for people with, immune dysregulation and stuff like that, certain diseases. Sure, the carnivore diet can be beneficial. But for 99% of you out there that want to build muscle, you need to eat carbohydrates and they need to be your best friend. Because the carbohydrates, like I just said, are what gets stored as glycogen, which is essential for muscle growth and performance in the gym. And you need the carbohydrates to perform at your highest level to then produce mechanical tension, which is known as mechanotransduction in the body, which also triggers a cellular response to grow muscle. And carbohydrates are literally so important that if you don't eat carbohydrates, your body goes through a process called gluconeogenesis, where it literally turns the proteins you eat into carbohydrates. So that's why, you can see people that are people that are literally strictly on a carnivore diet, their body turns the proteins into glucose because it's that important. All right, rant over. Gym time. What up? It's a few days later, and boy, that workout left me pretty sore. I won't lie. That was a good session. We did some 315 power cleans and some 365 front squats, and then some incline push press or incline bench press at 285 pounds, and then like some back accessory. And yeah, that was a fun workout. Doing power cleans and front squats are fun. It's very athletic. They're very like athletic movements. And for that being said, I actually have my first national like strength competition in 21 weeks actually, like from today. It's in September. It's the amateur national like strongman championships or something in Las Vegas. So that'll be fun. I'm gonna kind of starting to document my prep for that. And so yeah, I'm actually about to go to the gym right now, and that's gonna be the next video. So I hope you guys are enjoying this content, and I will catch you guys in the next one at the gym.